Howdy there. Good morning. Good morning. Golly, that sounded so much more Texan than I intended for it to. Howdy, y'all. Y'all having a fine morning this morning? Lean into it. That's what I always say. So, as you can see, this is a Saturday morning, no makeup, which means it's a ramble. We gonna ramble. I want to talk about a topic that is very important to me and something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I couldn't figure out how to get into it because I want to talk about something that's a very big, broad topic, and it would be a 30-minute video of me just talking about something I love, and so I was trying to divide it into chunks. So I think I've done that. I am going to talk today about podcasts, but specifically today I'm going to talk about a kind. So I can think of off the top of my head at least 5 people that I'm close to, like my IRL friends, who would say, "Oh, I love podcasts," and we are all talking about different things, like totally different things. Sometimes someone will tell, "Oh, I love podcasts." I'm like, "Oh, do you listen to blah 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 blah?" And they're like, "What? I've never heard of those." And then they'll tell me the ones they love, and I've never heard of them. So, if you're unfamiliar with the medium, you should know going in that it would be like somebody saying, "Oh, I love books," or "Oh, I love music." Like it's just a medium, and so it can be whatever you want it to be. I know people who really like to listen to scholarly analysis podcasts and people like going through historical text and like digging into it, and I'm like, cool. If that's how you want to spend your commute to work, go for it. And other people who want to listen to a lot of inspirational quotes or Bible analysis or things like that, and those are all great and valid, but they're not what I'm talking about. When I first discovered podcasts for myself, it was through interview podcasts. So the person I no longer care for, but at the time I liked their channel, I would say, "Oh, this person's doing an interview with Anna Kendrick. I like Anna Kendrick." So I would listen to it, and it felt like being part of a conversation or overhearing a conversation with someone I wanted to know more about. And I really enjoyed that. It was very funny and fun. I listened to a lot of those. From there, I discovered storytelling podcasts, which it is not an exaggeration to say that changed my life. Truly. Because listening to some of these amazing stories, these amazing scripted stories, like radio plays, reminded me how important storytelling is to my core of who I am. And I started writing again, which I hadn't done in a minute. And I started reading again, which I had not been doing enough of. And it just really refilled a cup that I hadn't even realized was basically empty. So that was a well-timed, pleasant surprise. And I've discovered more and more and more of these amazing storytelling podcasts, which I want to talk about at another time because I got a lot to say. From one of the stories that I love, I realized that the hosts of that podcast did other things. So I started looking into that because I like their voices, I like their style. And so I have discovered a whole new venue, which is what I want to talk about today, which is feel-good podcasts. You've probably heard me casually mention the McElroy brothers, or heard me mention the Adventure Zone, which, trust me, we're going to talk about next time. But all 3 of those brothers have 14 other podcasts that they do. And each one of them has something that I would specifically file as a feel-good. And there's 2 of them that I really love. And then a third that I'm trying out. And so I'll go ahead and talk about that one too. The first one that came into my sphere of awareness is Positiviteeny, which is Travis McElroy and Erica Ishii and Amy Dallard. I think I have her name right. I'm going to be embarrassed if I don't. Please forgive me. Anyway, and it's every Monday and Wednesday and Friday. It's 10 minutes or less. And it's, what do they say? Messages of hope, joy, and inspiration, I think. And so it's literally, one episode will be them talking about what are some songs you listen to when you want to be happy. And it turned out that what they actually talked about is music that makes you feel. Because sometimes you're not going for happy. Sometimes you want to kind of dig out a an ache or something, and so you listen to music to make that happen, and then you can go on and feel better after it. Or they'll talk about self-care or meditation or surrounding yourself with positive people. It's just really interesting. They're brief, they're funny, they're sweet, and I find listening to that show, I just got a big smile on my face. It is a wonderful. You want to talk about a good way to start a Monday when you're driving to work and you got a case of the Mondays, and you just have this little 10-minute vignette of these 3 smiling balls of energy telling you how to choose joy. I'm here for that. I am here for that. So that's a fun one that I'd like to recommend. Also recently have discovered Wonderful, which is Griffin McElroy and his wife Rachel. And it's literally, I think they describe it as an enthusiast podcast. And the whole podcast is just, they talk about things that they love and why they love them. And that sounds so basic, but y'all, it's so wonderful. And they're so cute together. Listening to the way they talk to each other, I find if I'm driving, I don't do this, obviously, but if I'm at my desk or if I'm working on a task at work that's menial and I just need something in my ears, I find I'm literally just like they're just so sweet, and they talk about things and I'm like, oh, I forgot how awesome that thing is, or oh, I had no idea that thing was so cool. And it just spreads joy. Y'all, this whole thing that I'm doing today is all about what is that stupid phrase? Chase your bliss. There are some days where you just need a pick-me-up. And this has been my favorite pick-me-up of late, is listening to people talk about things that make them happy. What a novel concept. Because guess what? The internet has a whole bunch of the opposite of that. These podcasts are anti-Twitter, is what I'm saying. These are the anti-Twitter. But it's just such a wonderful way to experience vicarious enthusiasm. Their oldest brother, Justin McElroy, has also started one recently called The Empty Bowl. It's him and a co-host whose name I don't remember because I was not familiar with him before this. But he has a blog called Seriously. Y'all, I should have researched this, but I just woke up. They talk about cereal, like breakfast cereal, but in a way that is intentionally meditative. There's nice, quiet tones behind them, and they speak very calmly and interestingly, but they are straight up talking about cereal. And so I'm not 100% sold on the concept yet. I don't eat a lot of cereal. It's not an important part of my diet, but I like I like Justin, and I like the meditative tone. I like the idea that it's designed to just help you chill. So I'm gonna give it a try. Who knows? Maybe it'll turn out I love cereal and I didn't even know it, y'all. So those are 3 examples of what I look to when I just need audio Prozac. Because all 3 of those are just precious, borderline innocent. I mean, I suppose it depends. Some of them they get a bit blue on Wonderful, but that's part of what makes it so wonderful. But just something to listen to that makes you smile. Smile till your face hurts. These are things that make me smile until my face hurts. So I'm sharing that with you in case that's a thing that you like or a thing that you need or would like to try out. Those are my recommendations, because it's so delightful, y'all. It's wonderful. I just love it. I'm going to go listen to some right now because it just makes me smile. But that's your ramble for today. I'm going to come back in the near future and ramble about the storytelling podcast. If you like fictional stories, if you like sci-fi or fantasy or anything like that, then buckle up. Buckle up. Because I got some good ones for you. See you next time.